What's happening, folks? This is NerdSage68. Today I'm going to go over a few ships in my fleet that I like to talk. Well, actually, I want to use as basically space trucks. So I'm going to be talking about space trucking today. Um, well, why would why would I use the term space trucking? What I mean by space trucking, I mean you're actually going to be using a ship or vessel that's going to be hauling cargo, basically for your, for your livelihood, or if you want extra, extra funds to do other things. My primary focus in Star Citizen will be to explore. That's all I really want to do. But I understand that exploring comes with very serious risk. It's not cut and dry where you can just get into a ship and go out and find things. It's not that easy. It's very expensive because sometimes you can find a couple of jump points, and other times you might come home empty. But in either case, you are going to expend fuel. You will have people or NPCs helping you out, depending on what ship you're flying. And so that's an overhead, and that requires funding. And of course, you're going to get attacked, or you might run into something or crash or whatever, and you have to repair your ship. All that requires credits. So my thing is, I'm going to hustle as a carrier, a one-man carrier company making deliveries and selling and that kind of stuff, so I can have the credits to fund my expeditions. So with that being said, here is my first choice for cargo work. This is the MISC Starfarer. This is the base model. Um, why would I pick this? For very obvious reasons. One, do you see the size of these tanks? You have 8 tanks, or at least 6 tanks and 2 filtration tanks. I think those 2 filtration tanks up front. But not only can this carry and refine fuel, it can refuel itself, and it can also carry cargo. So I mean, it can carry a ton of cargo. It's got a nice sized cargo bay. So I upgraded to this for my constellation Aquila. Reason why I did that is because I have the Freelancer DUR, the 315P, and the Reliant Sin. So I think I have exploration covered pretty well with those 3 ships. And plus the Freelancer DUR, I think, is the sweet spot because it can be a one-man ship, or it can be manned by one other person, which is really cheap. So it'd be yourself and another player, or NPC that you can hire, and so the overhead will be low for that DUR. And then plus, I think from what I understand, from what the devs have told me through Spectrum, is that the Freelancer will be the biggest ship to go through the smallest jump point. Um, so the Freelancer DUR will be able to do everything. It will not have the amount of fuel that a Constellation would have. Well, not by much, because it already has an extended fuel tank. So again, that'll be a sweet spot for me. So I figured, well, why not just indulge a little bit and get myself something really impressive? So I CCU'd my Aquila, gave up the Ursa rover and stuff in exchange for a self-contained, super humongous, super massive, super awesome piece of technology, which is the Starfarer. So if you look at it, it does remind you of the Freelancer. They're made by the same company, but they follow the same type of design almost. So it's almost like you could just look at a ship and say, that's an MISC, or hey, that's an Anvil Aerospace. You can almost just look at it and tell what company made it. And if you look at like the landing gear, you would notice this resembles that of the Freelancer. If you have a Freelancer in your fleet, or if you've ever seen one up close, they have similar landing gear. So this ship theoretically can keep itself in space indefinitely, because it it can refuel itself. Whatever raw materials that it gathers, it can process, and it can also refuel itself. So that means you can stay out there as long as you want, as long as you don't need to do any major repairs or anything, or you run out of food supplies. Because I don't know if there's going to be like RPG elements where you have to eat and drink on a regular basis. I don't know if that's going to happen. But as far as starting a space flight is concerned, this ship will keep you out there indefinitely, theoretically. Um, this is not a military ship. Um, there is the Starfarer Gemini. If you want something to go chase down other players and blow stuff up, get the Gemini, man. If you are like me and you just want to do some cargo hauling, you want to make a shit load of money, you want this ship here. But do not use this in like any kind of arena setting. This is not a military ship. It is not meant for fighting. It is not designed for that. It does not have missiles. It has one turret on the roof, two smaller turrets in the rear, and these big babies here, these are combine cannons. They cause massive amounts of damage. And they are gimbaled. They can track targets to a degree. But again, this is not a fighting ship. It moves like a drunken turtle. It steers like a ton of wet bricks, and it takes like 10 or 15 seconds for it to get to full speed and 10 to 15 seconds for it to come to a full stop. You do not want to use this in combat. Please don't do that. Don't buy this ship and think you're going to go blow up the universe or something, because it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. This is strictly for money making only. Keep that in mind, please. I just don't want to see you embarrass yourself. With that being said, let's go inside. So I'm trying to make this quick. There's a whole lot of stuff to cover with this ship. I mean, there's a lot. So let me run quick, get it in here. As far as I've noticed, there's only one direct way in. Is here through the cargo bay. Here's your switch. Now get out the way, because that ramp's pretty fast, whoa. It is pretty fast. Almost got squashed. Okay, so this is the direct way into the ship. There is an airlock. Here, I'll show that to you. First off, this is your cargo bay. You have 3 bays where you can put cargo in. You have one bay here. You put a ton right here. You got another second bay here. And then you have a second bay over here. This ship can carry your Nox and your Dragonfly. It cannot carry rovers. Well, at least not yet. The reason why you can't carry rovers is not because the cargo bay isn't big enough. It certainly is. It's because of the door. Look at the door. You see how low the ceiling is on this door? And you see this giant pipe right there? If you try to pull a rover or a cyclone up in here, it just will not fit. It's going to hit the ceiling. And it'll clip and it'll get stuck. So I don't know if they're going to modify the Starfarers to accept rovers. But for now, no rovers. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm almost saying that to myself because I like my Cyclone. But I do have a Constellation Taurus, so I can put it on that one. Anyway, if you look at the detail here, this beautiful ship, a really beautiful ship. Very detailed, well done, well made. You can also have passengers. You have passenger seats here and on the other side here. And if you take another look at some more of the detail, you notice there's gold here, and gold is often used. Gold plating and foil is often used in spacecraft to protect to guard against radiation, deflect heat. I really like the detail. I like the shine on that. Isn't that awesome? That's really, really nice. So it would be kind of cool if they had a crane in here, a small crane where you can pick up cargo and move it around, what have you. But the thing is, I don't know how we're going to get it on board, because you can't carry a 1-ton box of cargo. So how would that be done? I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm anxious to find out, though. Okay, so let's moving on. It's a whole lot to cover. Going straight through here, that's your main entrance right there. This is your cargo bay. This is how you get to your airlock, straight ahead. This is the airlock. This is also your docking collar. I think these are, I don't know, like logic circuits or something, or I don't think these are escape pods. No, they're not. This is your docking ring slash airlock. So when you go EVA, you can just drop through here. Remember where it is because this is a really big ship. You can get lost. Me, like a stupid, I got lost there for almost 5 minutes trying to walk around finding everything, and I realized, like after all the drama, that a lot of the stuff is marked on the floor. So if you look on the deck, it will tell you like where's what, like or where you are. Oh, that's in the manual access. And those are actual controls right there. Titillating. I wonder what you could use that for. Access to what? All kinds of interesting little doodads on the ship. Okay, now here's the first. These steps go to your first level. There's only one set of steps here, so pay attention. Again, here you go. Cargo bay, your loading dock, or loading ramp. Sorry. Airlock straight ahead. And if you look, it says airlock access. See that? Yeah, you gotta mind your head too. That's a low ceiling. I mean, not that it matters. I mean, you're not actually hit your head. Okay, but going upstairs, the first level. This gives you access to the tanks outside, and to the cockpit, which is on the other side over there. We'll go there next. But first, I want to show you the tanks. Just how impressive these things are up close. Okay, here are your tanks. Now, I think these two tanks up here are your filtration tanks, where after the gas is pulled in, there's a fuel scoop in the front and the nose of the ship. I forgot to show that to you, but there's a fuel scoop that sucks in gas, pipes it through these big old pipes here, and I think they're filtered through here, and they're once they're processed, they're pumped into these other tanks back here. Now I think these tanks can be jettisoned because you see these controls right here. I think these tanks can be dumped. Like you can release these valves and actually dump the tank, which might be interesting in case you get like ganked by some pirates or something, or some players who just want to steal your ship. You could probably dump these tanks, and they don't want your ship. They want what's in the tanks. So you could dump the tanks. They go after the tanks. You get your ass out of town. So that might be interesting. These two back here belong to the ship itself. I think these are the Starfarer gas tanks here. But what kind of spooks me is that it's all exposed, though. I mean, like, of course there are no explosions in space, though, but a ship can still pop like a balloon from all the pressure of the gas being released. So, I mean, a few choice hits back here, and it's adios muchachos. Not cool. Again, this is not a combat ship. Please don't take this ship into combat, folks. Don't do it. It's not smart, and honestly, it's embarrassing. Really, I mean, you can just go out there and stick your chest out and say, "Hey, yeah, I just got this big old ship," and it's got your asses lit up. Embarrassing. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay, moving on. There are two lifts back here, access lifts, right here and on the other side here. And these will take you to the third level, where you have the ready room, the mess hall, and the bunks. But I'm going to show you the cockpit next. So let's go in here. I really dig this ship. This is an awesome ship. This ladder goes into like a service way, some kind of a service corridor, where there's like a conduit and wiring and stuff. So I guess it's kind of like Star Trek, the old Star Trek Enterprise, where Scotty had to go into that little tube with his little tools and stuff, and electricity is dancing all over the floor or whatever. This is kind of like that kind of access corridor. It's like a service corridor or something. But I haven't really messed around up in there a whole lot because it's kind of buggy getting in there and getting out, so I don't bother because I don't want to get stuck. All right, moving on. This right here is curious. I wonder what this will be for. Maybe this is like the gravity controls for the cargo. Like you can deactivate the gravity controls, holding stuff in place so you can move it around. Or say if you have have your Nox or your Dragonfly in here, you can put a ton of Noxes or Dragonflies in here. That's for sure. You can lock them down with the gravity locks here, and release them. But I think it would be really cool if you had a small crane though. I think if you can control it right here, and then move the crane around, pick up stuff, move it. I think that would be an awesome idea. Okay, so that way leads to the second flight of stairs that takes you up to the third floor. We'll go there next. But this is the cockpit area. Here you have your escape pods. These, of course, you know what escape pods are for, in case there's an impending doom or something, or you just simply got overrun. You got people, all kind of players or NPCs on this ship. They're killing everybody. They're making their way to you. You have no way out, no way to fight back. You can bail. Me, I won't even bail. I'll just self-destruct. I'll take everybody with me. Screw that. I won't go out quietly. But yeah, here are your escape pods. And here is your cockpit. Isn't this like a miniature like Star Trek setting? Look at this. This is really cool. I can't sit in the captain's chair yet. It's not active. Oh, yes it is. Yes. Oh, hey, yeah, hey. All right, I like that right there. That's cool. Okay, this is nice. Mr. Chekhov, engage. I like that. I think it's kind of cool. That's cool. So you have your captain's chair here. I don't know what you're gonna do from the captain's seat though. Of course you're gonna give commands or whatever, but I mean, what function is this gonna serve when the ship is made active? I don't know. And when I say made active, I mean, you know, you can collect fuel and carry cargo, that kind of stuff. So I don't know what role this is gonna play, but it's still really cool. And to your left there, you have your pilot seat, and to the right is your co-pilot. So for right now, you know, you're flying your ship. This is where you're gonna sit right here, and this actually feels like has that same freelancer feel to it. Like, let me sit down in the pilot seat. Let me show you what I mean. You're sitting down here. Take a look. Doesn't this feel like the freelancer? If you ever been
MISC help you today. Systems on.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk over that. Yeah, if you've ever been in a freelancer or own one, doesn't this remind you of that one? The stock freelancer. It has the same dashboard feel to it. It just feels like a really big RV. But for me, it's a big old truck. Actually, the equivalent will be a train, a giant freight train. This thing carries a shitload of cargo, man. Over 3,000 units. A whole lot of cargo. All right, so we're gonna go upstairs now. I'm trying to be fast. Good. There's a whole lot in here to see. Man, it's a whole lot in here to see. I don't know if I'm going to show you everything. I'll just show you most of the like key stuff. But there's so many little bitty doodads and little nooks and crannies in the ship to discover. And yes, you can get lost. Like I said before, I got lost in here for over 5 minutes. And then when I started looking around more and stopped, you know, panicking, like I can't find my way, I just looked down and voila! It tells you which way something is. Living quarters are that way. You have your maintenance that way. Cargo that way. You know, what's that way? That's a good question. Well, let's go this way. Let's go into living quarters first. Look, here you have a lift. You can use a lift to go up, or you have, you know, ladders. You know, these are pretty cool. Ladders are pretty cool. But let's use the lift. I'm lazy. Okay. This is kind of, I mean, I guess this is okay, but I probably would have incorporated the lift into the actual living area instead of separating it like this, though. You know, to save more space, because this really doesn't serve any other function than to hold the lift. But hey, it's still cool though. So, now, these are the living quarters. Here's the mess hall. See the big old kitchen table right there. And there's your cooking area, which is still cool. I think that's a garbage disposal. And you got a, I don't know what that's going to be, maybe a sink. You got 2 microwaves, 3 microwaves. I guess this is going to be a stove too. So maybe there will be an NPC back here, or have to hire a cook who stays back here and just preps the food and stuff. And I think that'd be awesome. This is the ready room. If you ever done the ICC missions, the last mission is to explore Starfarer Rex. The black box that you have to find, there's 2 of them. it will be right here behind this table, this console right there. And here's where Captain Junior sleeps. I don't think that's an adult bed. Here's a washroom, but there's no shower though. That's curious. There's no shower in here. They have washrooms. They have washrooms in the crew quarters too, but there's no showers. This way, and this seat goes to the upstairs turret. I'll show that to you when I get done here. So let's go in here. Here are the crew quarters. The beds. There's a lot of beds, so you can have a full complement of people here, and they'll be quite comfortable and quite funky because there's no shower. And here are some lockers. Little boys and little girls room. They're both the same. Yeah. It has a toilet and a sink. No shower. That's Wait, what's that? Oh. Oh. Okay, so there is a shower and a toilet, so you can shit and shower at the same time. Shit, shower, and shave. Hey. All right. It's just the same thing in here. Yeah, it's the same thing. All right. So let's go. And here's the other lift access right here. You got two of them. One on either side. See that? And this goes to the access way. Remember that the maintenance corridor I told you about? This goes down to that same maintenance corridor. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to get stuck. Okay, I'll show you the turret here. This goes up there. This goes to the main turret on the roof. It can track 360 degrees all the way around the ship. So from front to rear and all that kind of stuff. It's not active right now, but it looks like it. Let me see if I can see the outside of it. Yeah, can I zoom in on there? No, I can't zoom in on there. Okay, but if you could take a look, it looks like it's got 2 size 3s. Yeah, 2 size 3 bearing lasers. They're pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I think those are size 3s. Again, this is a very slow ship, and the effectiveness of a turret is also contingent upon the maneuverability of the ship that it's sitting on. So I mean, you're sitting on top of basically a lumbering train station. I mean, or a lumbering freight train, not very fast at all. And it can't turn very fast either. That's why I'm glad that the turret could at least circle 360 degrees so you can track your target. But I just would not use this for combat. Just don't do it, man. I mean, you can even use this for exploration, believe it or not. Even though it's not specialized for exploration, it can be used for exploration. You can actually add a jump scanner. Long range scanners as well, and so you can take this out and explore with this, which is like really that's also another selling point for me, because I can multitask this thing as an explorer. When I'm out there refining fuel, I can scan for planets and stuff, which is great. Let's go. Okay, I'll risk it. Let's see if I can get down here into this corridor. Hopefully I don't get stuck. All right, so here that goes down to the first floor. Here, I can't get in there for some reason. I tried to, but it won't let me go. Yeah. Okay, I can crawl through here. Ah, it works this time. Okay. So let me stand up. Uh-oh. 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 Okay, I'm unstuck. Woo! Okay. This is your maintenance corridor, your service way. You got like server unit ventilation controls. Oh, your access panel. Yeah, so back here, this is like the rough and tumble kind of like Scotty kind of work. You know, the kind of stuff that Scotty would do in Star Trek. He would come back, you know, go back into those little crawl spaces and stuff, and fiddle around with wires and conduits and that kind of stuff. All right, so we're still on the second floor, and now we're like in one of the nacelles, one of the long sections of the ship. You have 2 more escape pods here. I'm going to take you back to one of the turrets. The turrets are exactly the same. And I'm amazed that I'm not lost this time. I know exactly where I am. This is awesome. Okay, you look through the window, you see the other side. Okay, I'm going to take you to the turret. It's right back there. So, the cool thing about this turret is that it flips you upside down. Check this out. This is really cool. But it'll probably scare the crap out of me in real life. I'm upside down in a giant spaceship in deep space. It's dark all around me, and I got these crazy people in other spacecraft who want to blow me to smithereens. Yeah, that would be scary. Okay, take a look. We're in the rear of the ship, upside down. You see the other turret over there? I can zoom in a little bit. You see it? Yeah. Okay, so both of them have repeaters, which is good. So that way you don't have to worry about foiling a shot or something. You can go ahead and wail away until you hit your mark, which is cool. I probably will. I think you can like buy like some kind of automation package where you can install them on your turrets, and they work for you automatically in case you get attacked. I think I read that somewhere. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. But that's pretty much it. So there's no point going on the other side. Let me show you the engine room here. This is like a core or something, like the EM core, electromagnetic core, like the heart of the ship, I think. Here's a control panel for it. Maybe you can overclock it or something, or I don't know. But it's cool. And here is something else too. I don't know what this is for. I think this is your gravity control. I think. And you have controls on either side of it here. So there's no kinds of things you could do on the ship. Like I said, this one here goes back to the second turret. I'm not going back that way. You already saw one turret. I think one's enough. And here's some more escape pods, I think. Oh no, these aren't pods. What are these? Oh, wait. Could these be... Yeah, these are mainframes. I bet you these are mainframes. I bet these are mainframes. I bet you can, these like, you can, whatever scans you use, say if you did find a jump point or something, or you found some mineral deposits on a planet or a new moon or whatever, all that data gets stored down here. I bet that's what these are. And these are your direct access ports right here. And here's the lift that takes you up to the tanks, I think. Let's see. Or down, rather. We're going down, down, down. Yeah, down to the tanks. And there are the tanks. Let's go back up. No, never mind. Screw it. 'Cause I'm almost done anyway. I mean, that's pretty much the ship. So, again, I just really wouldn't recommend you using it for combat. It's not built for that. This is a very cool ship, but it is not a combat ship. It is a workhorse. It is designed to refine, to seek out, to store, and to deliver fuel. The perfect complement to the ship will be the prospector, which I have too, because I plan on mining. That's my whole thing. I want to hustle up the credits, so I can use those credits to find up all my deep space expeditions. So I have the prospector, I have this ship, and I have the freelancer, the Taurus. So with those ships, I can do some hauling, some mining, some farm, some fuel, and I'll make a nice stack. A really, really nice stack, and then I can use that money to fund my expeditions. So I don't have to worry about, trying to find some kind of sponsor or something like that. Because I think I was wanting to bet you would have to find a sponsor, because sometimes explorers or people who want to run expeditions, they look for people to sponsor them so they can get the supplies or whatever. Well, I don't have to worry about that if I'm a one-man hustle, So I have my own ships that do the work for me. I'll be straight. Okay, so that's it, folks. Do I recommend this ship? I highly recommend this one. If you want to be a space trucker, if you want to be a space trucker, this is the ship for you. You definitely want something like this that's going to help you haul a ton of stuff. And you don't want to. The thing is with delivering like gas and all that kind of stuff, you have to be careful about the shipping lanes because in the post 3.0 patch, you're going to have a lot of players. Well, the aggressive players. I just call them aggressive players. People call them like ass hats or or griefers, but I just call them aggressive players. You're going to have a lot of them following the crowds, just like a predator. Sharks and wolves, that kind of stuff. They hunt where the food is plentiful. You know what I'm saying? So when everybody is going to be flying around all the new moons, seeing all the new content, guess what? All those pirates are going to be right along with them, watching, waiting. They're looking for that golden opportunity to steal your ship or to steal your loot. So you got to be mindful of where you're going, mindful of the shipping lanes. As a matter of fact, you can probably make your own shipping lane by going on to the markets and finding jump point information, right? And you can log your own shipping lane. So if you know a good spot like a nebula where you can farm some gas, some nitrogen or something like that, well, you can find a jump point close to that and fly there, do your refining, get your stash, and then jump back. And most of these pirate ships or the ships that aggressive players like to use to attack other players, they can't go very far into deep space. Even the Cutlass Black, it has a nice size fuel tank, but it cannot go that far out. This ship can go as far as it wants to go. Okay, that's the thing. So while everybody's running around trying to shoot or kill or rob everybody else, me and my Starfarer will be way out in the deep dark where there's nobody around. Okay, just use common sense, and if just use common sense and pay attention to the threads, because it's always a clue. Just like right now in the PU where somebody says, "Oh man, this asshole just shot me over at ICC," or this knucklehead just did such. If you know there's some crazy criminal activity in a certain star system, just don't go there. Don't be a knucklehead and take this into occupied area and think you're going to succeed. You're not. Again, this is not a combat ship. In fact, it's very vulnerable. It's not you would need an escort with this. If you're going to go someplace where you know it's occupied, you're going to need an escort. So that means it's more overhead for you. That means you're going to have to hire either another player or players or NPCs. Or if you're in an organization, you got to waste the time to kind of like canvas the organization to find folks who's going to be online with you at the same time, who can get you who has a gladius or a hornet or a cutlass, and who can fly escort for you. That's a lot of work, man. But it's something that's going to have to be done, But if you're mostly a lone wolf like I am, you're going to have to use discretion. You're going to have to figure out, okay, well, yeah, that moon looks really cool, but I don't want to go there because I know there's a whole lot of knuckleheads over there waiting to gank my ship. I'm not going. The manager of a Starfarer is